So while I'm draining the oil, I like to let it drain for a while, and I'll turn the motor over. I'll check the air filter. This one isn't terrible, but I'm going to go ahead and change it. I'll show you how we properly oil one and get one in here. These KTM's and Husky's design is so nice to pull the filter out. Some other bikes I've been working with lately, way more work.
I have like 3 rides on the filter.
It's pretty good. Yeah. So we're going to pull this off, and everything's really clean in here. It looks really good. I like to get my bare fingers in the boot and make sure there's no dirt or dust in here. Now I've got my filter cage. I like to clean off the filter cage like this and make sure there's no grit on your cage. Now you notice we have a 2-stroke cage. That's a little tip for KTM owners. You can buy the 2-stroke cage if you want. If you are stressed about your bike catching on fire, running upside down, then don't do it. But Rado crashes a decent amount, and he hasn't done it yet, so we're fine. He's like a crash test dummy on some of that stuff, so it's been good. So we've been doing it for years. But if you do blow up your bike, or bike catches on fire, it's not my fault. Anyway, so all clean, perfectly clean. And I also did the same thing in the air boot. Went around there, got a photo for you to see where you'd like to get a clean paper towel, wipe through there. And again, we were really nice and clean. We're not going to clean the filter today to save you the time of that. I have a really good video on my Instagram that shows you how to do that. I'm putting new oil on our brand new Uni filter. I've been running Uni filters for about 30 years. Isn't that crazy, Rado?
Yeah, that is.
Worked with them back.
I was in the 1st grade when you started running them.
Now, I don't twist the filter, like, even though it kind of looks like I am, I'm squeezing it. Guys do worry about breaking down the filter. You want to just fold it up like this, and you can kind of like that. Now,
and no grease on the rim.
No grease. That's a big thing. I get a lot of guys. They comment on my stuff and say, "This is no good." I've been a mechanic for 30 years, and I don't trust this guy because he says no grease on the rim. No, I think he said 40 or 50 years, and that's probably why. Because the bikes a long time ago, you needed extra grease in this rim because they didn't seal very well. These bikes seal very well. It's a great design. We don't have this problem, and so I think guys are stuck. And if you put, I'm going to mat it off with this blue paper towel a little bit. Okay, so now, and again, these KTM filter design is awesome. The one before this wasn't as great, but this one is just a home run. I just love it. I wish all the bikes were this easy to change a filter. And you got these 2 little tabs that go under the filter. And that's all there is to it. And see, Uni added this little piece, this little pad right here. That keeps you from wearing a hole in the filter. There's also a couple companies like that, AK Technologies, that makes a really good, and you notice they make a really cool piece to keep that from tearing through. I was losing my thought. We use this Maxima FFT, and I do even buy this stuff, so people can go, "Oh, you're just saying that because," but it's probably the best stuff I've ever found out there. Now, a couple of tricks. Let's go put it in the bike. One thing I do, I got this little paper towel. This is a little trick I've learned, is I tuck it down here like this, and I make sure it's not going to get caught, but I have it right down here. That's going to help soak up anything that runs off of this when it's really hot, especially out here in California. A lot of times if you haven't matted it out well, a lot of it's going to run off and it'll just catch in there. It doesn't run down your swing arm and onto the floor of your shop and all that. And if you keep your bike in your bedroom like I would have and did when I was like, 13. So these KTM's, I didn't even have my glasses on and I got that in pretty easy. So you just push it down, clips on. Filter's such a good and strong, there's no way you need grease on here. And for anybody that knows, I use grease on a lot of stuff, just not that. So now we're going to put our side panel door on. Now, one last tip there is we have these tabs right here that all punch into place. I get a little bit of grease and put them on here. Guys have other things to use, that's totally fine. You just want something so that these things don't stick. If they stick, you end up tearing these out of the bike. Here's one here, one here. Where's our other one? Down here. It's all dirty from, residue down there. Put a little bit of this on there. It'll snap into place a whole lot better and come off next time when you need it. These things, you got to pull from right here. And now you're, look at that, all set. The newer style is a little bit better. This is the 16 to 18 style plastic on the Husqvarna. That's all there is to putting that on. Pretty simple deal.